Guess who's back? Back again. Della's back. Tell your friends they like raw hair. Can't believe I've just done that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry about that. I'm just getting back into, making videos again. I haven't made videos in a while, so forgive me if I act very funny or very awkward. I hope you guys are doing very well. I'm not sure the lighting of this whole setup is good. Like I said, I'm just coming back into making videos, so I'm still learning a lot about lighting. I have 2 softboxes and I have a ring light, and I hope that would do. Right, let's get straight into this video. So I've come on here to tell you guys the differences between raw hair and virgin hair. I have the both of them with me here. I'm not sure you can see the difference between these two. Which one do you think is raw? Tell me which one you think is raw. Do you think raw is A or do you think raw is B? Tell me in the comment section below before you watch this video. Well, at least you'd know if you knew the difference in the looks between raw and virgin. So yeah, this is raw hair and this is virgin hair. And I'm going to be telling you about 6 or 7 differences between these two today. Which one do you think is prettier? Anyways, let's get straight into this video. So the first main difference between raw hair and virgin hair is that raw hair is not processed. It's 100% unprocessed, which means that it hasn't been tampered with. I mean, any type of tampering. That's what raw hair is supposed to be. And nowadays, a lot of vendors, they just sell anything as raw hair because they know like raw hair is supposed to be more off market, raw hair is supposed to be the best hair on the market. So anyone would sell anything to you as raw hair, really. But this video is to tell you the differences so that you don't fall victim for this type of vendors, okay? Right, so raw hair is not processed, it's not been steam processed, it's not been chemically processed, it's not been permed, it's not been altered, it's not been whatever you may think of. Nothing has been done to this hair. Although some raw hairs may be steam processed, and steaming hair is just steaming it to achieve a certain type of curl. So you know when you have your kinky curls, your water weaves, your Italian curls, if there's anything like that, your Spanish curls, your antifumi hair, and all this, the kinky curls and all that malarkey. So that's what steam does. So they basically just roll the hair on rods or just roll it on anything they want to mimic the curls of, and they put it in high temperatures to steam. I mean, steaming is not quite as damaging as chemical processing. So some raw hairs are steamed. I'm going to talk about that in another video. So for this video, all I'm going to say is that raw hair has not been processed at all. Virgin hair, on the other side, has been chemically processed. It's permed. Most of it has been dipped in silicone so that it can look silky and shiny, just the way it looks now. But obviously that's like some fake shine, because we very well know that after 1 or 2 wears, that's going to disappear and the hair is going to become very hard and matty and all that type of stuff. But look at the difference. Now, bear in mind, these 2 bundles are the same length. They're both 18 inches. And they also weigh the same. So this weighs 100 grams and this weighs 100 grams. If you had to pick, which one would you pick? I know which one I would pick. So basically, in raw hair, you get more for your money because they weigh the same. This weighs a lot more because a lot of the short hairs are at the root of the hair. And if you look down, you can see how thin it is. But then this one, there's no cheating because you can see how full it is from root to tip. So yeah, they weigh the same and they are the same length. The second point is the smell. I'm sure we all have virgin hair. When this hair arrives and you smell it, oh, it smells really bad. Before I found out about raw hair, I used to use apple cider vinegar, like literally everything under the sun. Perfumes, anything and everything to try and take away the smell of my virgin hair. Those days, man, the struggle was real. But now, with raw hair, you don't have to deal with that horrible smell in your hair anymore, because raw hair comes with like a natural humany type of smell. I mean, it's not anything weird. Like your hair is not going to arrive and it's like smelling like the next human being. No, it's not quite that bad, but it smells natural, so to say. Very natural smell. Yeah, it smells very natural. So that's another difference between these two. So if your hair smells like machine made, it's definitely not raw. Your raw hair has to smell like maybe your real hair would smell when it's cleaned, because it's been cleaned. Yeah. Now the next point is the amount of donors these 2 bundles were collected from. I'm gonna start with virgin hair. Virgin hair is mixed fibers of hair. Sometimes they can be synthetic hair in virgin hair. Most of these hairs are actually remnants of hair that are bought from other countries, from other hair producing countries like India, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the rest of them. Or they're falling hairs, so hairs that are falling to the ground and they've been piled up into sacks and sold to China, or hairballs that have been stuck in like sinks and bathrooms. And obviously, you know, when they're collected, they're like balls, you know, when you take out the hair from your thingy, and China buys them from different countries and then they stretch them out and they make virgin hair. I'm not saying that's how they make every virgin hair on the market, but most of the time it's made from synthetic fibers, a mixture of hair from different donors, falling hairs, or hairball. On the other hand, raw hair is collected from one single donor. I'm not sure you can see it. Yeah, so if you want to be sure you're buying the authentic raw hair from one single donor, you just have to ask your supplier or your vendor, whoever you're buying from, how many donors, you know, one bundle is collected from. Most of the time it's a single donor, and most of the time the bundles don't come looking the same. This is not to say when you buy 3 bundles of raw hair, it's going to be like noticeable by everyone that, oh my god, she's got like different types of hair in her head. No, it's not quite that bad, but no 2 bundles are the same. Next point is the color. Now let me show you guys. Look at the difference in the color. This one is darker, like way darker than this one. This is like black, and this is like color 1B, almost 2. So this is like the natural hair color. Most donors don't have jet black hair. At least most donors from Southeast Asia don't have jet black hair. This is the color of their hair. So if your raw hair doesn't come looking like a natural color, like a normal human being's hair, then you should be wary. I'm not sure you can see the color properly. Yeah. So most vendors call this color 1B, or sometimes if it's lighter, it could be color 2. But then this one stays the same, stays black. So if you're trying to buy raw hair and you're being sold jet black hair or very black hair, then chances are that it's not raw. So now the next point is the texture. So now, this is really silky, and this is like quite coarse. Let me brush this hair off for you guys. Where's my brush? Right. Look at that hair. See the way it bounces back when you brush it. Now let me brush the second one, the virgin hair. This hair is so tiny for 100 grams. It's so tiny. Right, look at the texture. Look how silky this hair is. It's so silky. Like, there's literally nothing. Like, from here downwards, like, I can't even, there's nothing there. Like, compared to this one. It's so funny because they're way the same. But anyways, when it comes to the texture, raw hair, they're more coarse than virgin hair. The advantage of that is that when you roll your raw hair, so say for example you put some curls in it, heated or cold curls with bendy rollers, anyone you prefer, this one will hold a curl a lot longer than this would hold a curl. I'm sure you've rolled your hair, like your virgin hair, just before an event, and then before you get there it's all flat, or maybe the next day it's flat or something, and then you have to keep rolling it all the time just to hold a curl. It's not going to hold a curl because it's too silky. There's no chance. It's just too silky to hold any curl. But then this one is quite coarse, and if you put a curl, it stays in. Straight version of raw hair, when it's wet, doesn't go curl. That's because the donors had straight hair when their hair got cut off. People with straight hair have to curl their hair for the curls to stay. So if you buy raw straight hair and it curls when it's wet, then it's not real raw straight hair. So yeah, and if you buy raw hair and you curl it and it doesn't hold a curl, then that's questionable as well. So those are the advantages and the disadvantages of the texture. Silky, coarse, silky, coarse, silky, coarse. So now the next difference between these two is how they were drawn. So there's single drawn and there's double drawn. Most raw hairs will be double drawn. This is an example of a double drawn raw hair. That's obviously single drawn. And what does double drawn mean? Double drawn means that After sorting the hair, there was like an additional process to take out the short hairs. You know when you buy your virgin hair and you look like around here, there's like usually like so many short hairs and you're like, why is there short hairs in my hair? You know, so with raw hair, the process of actually taking out the short hairs is like an additional process for factories to do, and that's why double drawn hair actually costs a lot more money because of the labor involved in taking out the short hairs. They use like the spiky thin to remove the short hairs from the hair, so this hair will hardly have any short hairs in it, and that's why it's thick from root to tip. So that's simply what double drawn means. And most raw hair factories, most raw hair vendors will double draw their hair just because it looks better. And if you're offering a premium product, then you want to do it well. But the virgin hair, on the other hand, most of them are made in China. And most of the time, most of them don't double draw their hair. There's so many short hairs here. That's why this place looks really thick. And then this place looks really thin, because they haven't made sure that all the short hairs have come out. So if you were to take all the short hairs out of the top of this bundle, the top will become like the bottom, which means they need to add more hair. They need to keep taking out the short hairs and putting more hair onto it, which is going to take a long time and it's going to cost them more money. This is one of the reasons why you pay more for raw double drawn hair. I hope that was understandable. If you have any questions, you can always reach me on Instagram or leave a comment down below asking whatever questions you have, and I'll be so glad to answer you because I love talking about hair. Now, the next difference is the cuticles. This is a topic that confuses a lot of people. Cuticles is basically an element in your hair that determines how healthy your hair is. So if the cuticles are damaged or they're destroyed, then the hair is going to mat so bad. I can't really show you what cuticles are on strands of hair, but I can show you a picture of damaged cuticles and healthy cuticles. So most of the time, once a hair is chemically processed, even your natural hair, you are damaging the cuticles of your hair. So most of all these virgin hairs have been chemically processed. So most of them don't have the cuticles intact anymore. Yeah. And how do you check for healthy cuticles? If you wet your finger and run your hand through going down, it should be very smooth. But when you run your hand going back up, you should feel a little bit of friction. If you run your hand going back up through the strands of the hair and it's like exactly smooth, then there's not even cuticle in it at all, you know. But when you run your hand going down and it's not smooth, then the cuticles have been destroyed, properly destroyed, and this is what causes a lot of matting in your hair, like a lot of tangling. Shedding will happen as well, because when the hair is weak, it can break, like, you know, half and half and half on like some points in the hair, but that causes your hair to tangle and mats quicker because the hair has been destroyed with chemicals. That's why a lot of virgin hair companies would advertise that the cuticles are aligned, the cuticles are one directional. You know, in actual fact, they're not. But when it comes to raw hair, because it's obviously off somebody's head and it hasn't been tampered with, the cuticles will still be aligned. But you can check this yourself. I'm going to make another video on how to properly check for healthy cuticles. Now, the next difference is bleaching your hair. How does your hair take to color? So this one is like bleaching your natural hair. When you're bleaching your natural hair, you want to be really careful. That's the same when you bleach this hair or any other hair. But when you bleach your natural hair, it doesn't act quite as badly as when you bleach synthetic hair. So let's just say this is synthetic. They say it's not synthetic, but let's just say this is synthetic. Because this hair has been chemically processed so many times, when you bleach it, you're damaging the hair so much more. You definitely have had some hairs that you've bought and you've bleached it and it's just gone so brassy, it's gone so frizzy. It's just been damaged and you can't even use them anymore. It doesn't even look as good as it used to. Not to say that you can't damage this hair when you bleach it. If you bleach this hair wrongly, obviously you're going to damage it. That's why you have to be really careful. But I'm just saying that this one has more resistance to damage than this one, only because this hasn't been processed yet and nothing has been done to it. So it doesn't already have the first hand damage. Okay, This one has the first hand damage. So if you're doing any more to this hair, it's just going to damage it more. But if you're doing anything to this hair, say you're bleaching this hair and you bleach it the wrong way and you damage it, it's still going to be better than when you damage this one, if that makes any sense. So in summary, this takes to color more than this one. This is like your natural hair. It would act the same way your natural hair would act, but you need to put a lot more care into bleaching this hair because it's been taken off the donor's head. It doesn't have the nutrients we'll normally get from the donor, so you have to manually inject those supplements. When I say supplements, I mean things like your hair mask and just your deep conditioning kit and all of that kind of stuff. You know, you need to look after this one like it's your real hair and give it all the nutrients it needs back, just like you take your vitamin C and your vitamin E, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's what this hair needs. It's such a baby. Now, the next difference is durability. How long can this one last? A lot of vendors selling virgin hair will tell you it will last 3 to 5 years. This hair doesn't last as long as raw hair. It just would not stand that amount of time. Raw hair lasts a lot more longer because it's a lot more resistant to damage. But then this one, once the shine goes and all the silicone that's been put in it goes off it, it just starts to get very ugly, really. And that's why every time you need to buy hair, you need to buy more hair, you need to keep buying hair, you need to buy your new bundles, you need to replace your bundles. You're still going to have to replace this one, but will definitely last 3 times longer than this one would. Yes, I said so. Also, when it comes to applying heat to your hair, this can withstand more heat than this one. You really shouldn't put too much heat on any type of hair, not even your natural hair, because too much heat is bad for the hair. When you apply heat to this hair, it doesn't give off that nasty smell or that burning smell you get when you apply heat to virgin hairs. And if you apply heat to your virgin hair and it melts, then you need to get your money back. That's like too many synthetic fibers in the hair. But I would say to definitely reduce any amount of heat you have in any type of hair you have. If you're going to wash your virgin hair, leave it to air dry. Same with your raw hair. Don't blow dry it. If you're going to blow dry it, use the cool setting to blow dry any type of hair you have. So the less heat you apply to your hair, the longer your hair would last you. So yeah, that's it. That's the difference between virgin hair and raw hair. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, thumbs down and let me know why. And if you like it enough, share with your friends, let them learn the differences between raw hair and virgin hair. Also, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be coming out with more hair tips and like more hair stuff, and you know, I just love hair. And yeah, that's it for this video. And let me show you guys my wig. This is a glueless unit, by the way. Should I take it off? Do you want to see it? Oh, should I take it off? Right, so this is a glueless wig I made for myself. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, yes. So that's it. Ooh. Wow, the freedom. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.